If you think Paper Pumpkin is just 3 cards and done, this kit might change your mind. Hello, Pamela here with Passionate About Scrapbooking, your Stampin' Up demonstrator in the Texas Hill Country. Welcome to Make It Monday Live with Pamela. Tonight we are going to be playing with the January 2026 Paper Pumpkin Kit. Every fourth Monday, my plan is to share with you the current month's Paper Pumpkin. Now be aware that you will have to purchase your Paper Pumpkin by the 10th of that month. So you would have had to purchase the January 2026 Paper Pumpkin Kit by January 10th. So now we are looking toward the February 2026 Paper Pumpkin Kit, and you'll need to subscribe to that by February 10th. I'll talk a little bit more about that during the live, but we're going to focus on the January 2026 kit tonight. Hello, Deborah. Thanks for joining me. Let me know where you're viewing from. Let's see if I can get my full screen here, everything where I want it to be. Hope everyone's doing well. Let me know. Give me a thumbs up, a heart. Be sure to like and follow, subscribe, depending on where you're viewing from. I should be live on YouTube and Facebook. And then drop a comment and let me know if you're a Paper Pumpkin subscriber. This is what we're going to be playing with tonight. I just got it in a few days ago. And then I would also love to know where you're viewing from and how your weather is going, because here in the Texas Hill Country, this is day number 3, I believe, for us of being iced in. We had storms come through Friday, like a real blown out thunderstorm, and it rained for, about 8 hours and then turned into sleet as it got colder and colder. Hello, Jackie. Thanks for being here. So we were, let's see here. Yeah, Saturday, Sunday, now Monday. It's just starting to thaw out, but we're supposed to have below freezing temperatures, like in the teens, again tonight. And so in the morning, it'll be frozen over again because everything is kind of slushy on the roads. I'm thanking God that Bevan made it back to college, back to San Marcos safely this afternoon. Wasn't real excited about her leaving, but they do have classes tomorrow. So she wanted to be sure to get back. Oh, yes, up north, I'm sure it's even worse than it is here. But here in Texas, we are not used to this weather. Of course, we're used to, if we get anything, most of the time it is ice. But back in February of 2021, we had the worst ice storm maybe in Texas history, at least since I've been alive. We ended up in a hotel for like 9 days because pipes busted and we lost electricity and it was just bitter cold. So I'm just grateful that I think we lost electricity for maybe 20 minutes this whole entire weekend. So that's been wonderful. Hello, Patricia. Yep, she's experiencing the same thing just up north of us in Oklahoma, it looks like. So anyhow, we are going again to be playing with the Paper Pumpkin from January. I haven't even officially opened it yet, but I'm going to create the 3 cards that you can create in here. I'm going to share a little bit about Paper Pumpkin, especially for those of you that are not familiar with it. So if you come across this video, especially maybe on a replay later, let me know in the comments you're watching the replay. And if you'd like more information about the Paper Pumpkin subscription, you can find that in my Linktree in the YouTube description or my Facebook profile or Facebook page. Oh, and cold in Georgia too. Yes, this whole third, 2/3 of the country, really. I saw a post from my upline who's in Las Vegas. They're not under winter storm warnings there. So probably from about Las Vegas to the East Coast, make sure I'm getting that right, where I'll experience these frigid, terrible temperatures. All right, so I'm going to flip my camera down to my desk. So thanks for being here. All right, so I've got the paper pumpkin here. We're going to bust into it in just a minute. Isn't this box beautiful? Probably 2 or 3 times a year, they do these special decorated boxes. This one is called Special Delivery, and it's kind of Valentine-ish, romance, love-ish, but not specifically from my understanding. Like I said, I haven't even busted into it yet. So we're going to do that together here in just a minute, but I wanted to run past what's been happening in January so far. January 6th, we had a brand new catalog go live. I've been playing with the Made with Love Sweet collection all month. I'll share that real quick. So if you've seen me on social media and even on my YouTube, it's been all about the reds and the pinks for me this month. And then let's see, I don't even know what order everything is in. I did do a fun card with this Cute as a Bug this past week. So I think I have to go this way. So I was going to, you know what? It's not even in the mini catalog. We also have online exclusives that went live January 6th. So anyhow, there's tons of beautiful product here that you'll be seeing me create with over the course of the next 4 months, probably. And here, real quick, is one of the collections. This paper is gorgeous. And the team that I'm on, the Rubber Queens, led by Rhonda Wade, had a creative convention this weekend, and I made all these cool cards. Just real quick, day before yesterday, I think on Saturday. Look at this one. And then there's another fun fold. She's big into fun folds. I love fun folds. And I just realized after making those how I've missed them. So be sure to check out the website if you haven't. If you're not familiar with Stampin' Up or you're not a demonstrator, you may not have checked out the website lately. But here is a PDF of the online exclusive. So in addition to the mini catalog, we have some really great products here. And I will be using this one right here, the Lovely Blossoms, for the month of February. I'm excited to bust into that and play with that some. But there's lots of other products too. Also, we have bonus days going on right now with Stampin' Up. When you spend $50, you earn a $5 coupon to use next month. So February 3rd through the 28th, I believe, you'll be able to redeem those $5 coupons for every $50 that you spend. And then there's a little bit of detail right there about that if you want to screenshot that to learn more, but you can go to the website and it'll explain all that as well. Then we have our product of the month for January is this awesome stamp set. I used the Sending Love on a card on one of my January craft along class cards. And then there are a few more samples. I think this is different from on the first page. So with a $75 order, you can purchase this full-size stamp set for only $5. Then, what else? There's so much going on. There's some more information about the product of the month. There'll be a new one that goes live every month. If the previous month's product of the month didn't sell out, then you'll have the option to get either like the January or the December. And as the months progress, you'll have lots more options. But as soon as they sell out, then they're gone forever. Then I don't know if you've heard about the new stamping positioner. Mine's on the way. I think it's been held up because of the winter weather and UPS not being able to get out and deliver. So I'm not sure when mine is going to be showing up. I also have some new March online exclusive products that are on their way to me because demonstrators, we got access to pre-order this past Tuesday, I believe, and then maybe it was Wednesday. And then I'm also waiting on my second artisan box that has some of the March online exclusives in it as well. But this new stamp positioner, you can see a couple of things right here. Here's kind of what it looks like, the pieces. I'm not sure the size of it. I don't know if it says anywhere in here. I don't see. Yeah, 8 by 10 ish. The paper that you stick on it is 8 by 10. So it's probably 8.5 by 10.5 or a little bit bigger than that. So I'll be sharing that soon and how to use it. You can go online and already see people are using it and sharing more info on that. But we have a special join offer where you can get that for free in your kit, Stampin' Up kit, when you join Stampin' Up the month of February. So just reach out to me if you have any questions about that. Today, I'm going to be sharing a little bit about this card template booklet. Look at this. This is so cool. And I thought I would pick a card template from here to create my alternate, is my plan so far. But you can get this card template booklet when you go to blog.stampinup.com and you sign up for their emails. They will send this to you in an email. So, all right, let's get busy. I'm excited about the paper pumpkin. Did anyone who watching right now is a paper pumpkin subscriber and you got this kit? I would love to know. But let's break it open, bust it open. I love that when you open it, they always have pretty tissue paper here. So opening it, and then you'll get an exclusive stamp set. Let's see if we can see. Sending love, airmail, you brighten my day, just for you, happy Valentine's. And then some really cute little postal looking images in here along with a rose, it looks like. So that's your exclusive stamp set that comes in the box. And then this month you get the Poppy Parade ink spot, Stampin' Spot. So if you are brand new to stamping or you don't have all the ink pad colors, this is a great way to get these little stamping spots each month. And if you're with Paper Pumpkin for a while, you might end up with some duplicates, but they do a pretty good job throughout the 1 year to give you a different one every time. All right, so a fun little subscription box. It retails, I think it costs about $28. I think that includes shipping, and there'll be some tax, so it's somewhere around there. And you can subscribe monthly, and then you can pause it anytime you want. You can also cancel anytime you want. You can buy a 3-month subscription to try it out. You could buy a 6-month and a 12-month subscription. And then also, every month, I am part of a design team that creates alternate projects with this. All right, I'm going to move the box out of the way and then flip this over so you can see what we have here. So the Paper Pumpkin Creatives design team, I'm a part of that. And each one of us creates an alternate project using the Paper Pumpkin kit. So we all are getting this one right now, and we're going to create our alternate. And then on February 1st, it'll go live, and you'll get 12 to 14 projects. You'll get a PDF for free in the mail, like email, when you are a subscriber of mine. So subscribe. If you subscribed in December, you'll get this PDF. And then if you subscribe for the entire year, starting now, you would start with March 1st. So it'd be the February kit, which I already have in my hands because I get to play with it as an artisan assignment, but I can't share it with you. Sorry about that. I love it too, Deborah. All right, so let's bust into this and see what I usually just will kind of cut. Well, let's see here. I'm going to go over to the side. There. I think I made, let's see if I got into it or not. So they're packaged really wonderfully, kind of shrink wrapped. I'll show you what's in it. Of course, they're different all the time, and most of the time you'll get to make 9 cards if you just follow the instructions using the materials in the kit. And then you'll get, when the very first box you get as a subscriber, you'll also get a block. I think I have one right here. There's my paper pumpkin block that I got a while back. And then your previous kits will not come with a block. So far we've got, let's say you just signed up in December, your kit would have included the block, you'll get that ink spot, you'll have the exclusive stamp set. Sometimes you get 2 stamp sets. Then you'll get the adhesives that you need, kind of in miniature form, to create the cards. So it looks like we've got some tear and tape this month, along with some mini dimensionals. So you don't need any other adhesives, but if you already have your favorites on hand, you can use those instead. All right, so we've got some pieces for 3 card fronts, I'm guessing. So that'll make 3 cards. I'm just going to kind of go through this real quick. Here's 3 of those. And then we've got envelopes. You get beautiful decorated envelopes every time. Enough for the 9 cards. So I'm guessing it's kind of looking like old olive, possibly. I haven't even looked at the colors in here yet. Maybe that's bubble gum, and I'm not sure about that color. We're about to find out. Oh, that's so pretty. Okay, so these are the card bases. I'm going to show you something fun to do with your card bases. So we got 3 of that one. I'm just going to set these over to the side. And then what do we have here? We have some postage style punch outs. So 3 sheets of those. Looks like we have like maybe some note card size card bases. Oh, this is pretty. Look at that design. These are punch outs. 3 of those. And these are some labels that we'll be stamping on, I'm sure. I think there's just 1 sheet of that. And then a pink card base. And then I love these laser cut images that they do. Thinking there's 3 of these. You have to be kind of careful because they'll just fall right out. Look how pretty that is. All right. And then you get, this is kind of nice too. If you don't have a regular workspace, you can work right on this piece of cardboard. So keep that handy if you need it. Then you also receive the stamp sheet that shows you the stamps. I don't know if I can find one right now. Give me a second. I'm going to look and see if I had. Here we go. I've got it. So I bought some envelopes, some plastic envelopes, and I'll show you about those too. These are what I use. I just got these, and I'm going to start transferring my kits that I have into those. So that's my leftovers for this one. I didn't do a lot with that one yet. It's going to reduce my space, how much space I need for my paper pumpkins. So when we're done here, I'll stick this in this envelope I got off of Amazon. I bought some of these. These are like 4 3/4 by 4 3/4, I think. I take this and fold it in half. I really like storing my stamps like this. So I'll put this little label, whatever you want to call it, in here, and then I'll show you, and then I can just tuck my stamps in here. I usually keep all my stuff together. Some people will separate them, and then you can just use these stamps all year long with whatever you want. So it just, and then it kind of goes like this. So I really like storing mine like that. I got to order some more of these pretty soon. And then you get a full color brochure. So I'm going to move some things out of the way here real quick, because we're going to create stacks for one of each card. I'm going to recreate these, and then we're going to do an alternate project at the end. So you've got really nice instructions for card number 1, card number 2, and card number 3. Then we have here, I love this right here because this shows you like gather all these products together for card number 1, all of these elements for card number 2, and so forth. And then on the back here, it shows you everything that came in the kit. And then it also has down here the colors. So we've got, if I can read it, Blueberry Bushel, Bubble Bath, Darling Duckling, Garden Green, Mossy Meadow, Poppy Parade, and Gold, because there's going to be, I think, some gold. I can't think of what it's called now. Foil, gold foil. That's what I was thinking. I think there's gold foil on some of the pieces. And then every quarter, so right now we're January to March, they offer a mini die set. And this is the die set right here. I got it with my artisan February products. So I usually will slit the side open here. Normally, I just pull it out. I leave it. I will end up putting a magnet sheet right here so that it's magnetized, because I hate the way that it sticks like that. So here are the dies that coordinate with January, February, and March paper pumpkin kits. So this one right here, the postage stamp is for this month. And then this is January. And then I think this is going to be for February. And then this would be for March. But you can use these on all of the kits. It doesn't matter. That's just how they do that. So be sure to put that on your list. It's item number 168666. You do have to be a Paper Pumpkin subscriber to get that. All right. All right, let's get busy. I'm going to flip this back over to this right here. I'm going to set it over to the side, and I'm just going to start laying out these pieces, I think. I'm trying to look right here and see. All right, so we know we need one of these. This is card number 2. I'm going to put it right in the middle here. Pamela, can you share a link for both your envelopes? I can do that later. Yes, I will do that. Then, so these I'm going to put over back in the box. I'm going to save those because we might use one for our alternate project. And then let's get all our bases here first. I'm going to keep all this stacked together. Don't need the envelopes right at the moment either. So got card number 3, card number 2, and card number 1, I think. This one's a little bit different, so it'll be kind of fun to see. It's kind of note card size, I guess. I'm going to move them over so you can see all of them. Okay. All right. So I don't need any of those pieces anymore. So I'm going to put those in my stash. Now let's go through, let's see, card number 1 is going to be these right here. So I really just need, and it's not, I need this one. I'm just going to stack them up here. They come out really pretty easily, but still you want to be gentle and careful. Okay, and then this one, I'm going to go ahead and pop it out. It's going to go to card number 3. I don't know that it matters which way you pop it out. Just once you get it started one way, keep going that same way. Okay, now it's going to go over there. You can keep that if you want. I don't normally. If you have any great ideas about that, let me know. I'm just going to go through the stack I have over here. This one is going to be super simple. I'm going to go ahead and punch them all out though, so we don't have to do it when it's time to make the card. So all of these pieces, we're going to do like a collage, I think, on this one. So I'm pretty sure all these pieces go right here. There are no like written instructions in your kit instructions, but the visuals are really, really good. I did see like this, I might save. Could do something fun with that. So I'm going to put that in my stash. All right, and then this is going on card number 2. And this will be card number 1. I'm just going to tuck it up under here. So I'd be curious to know how you use your paper kits, your paper pumpkin kits. Let me see what this one goes here. And I'm sure this one goes here. I like to make a card, one of each card, just like they show in the directions. And then I just kind of go crazy with the rest of it and do whatever I want. Okay, that goes here. And I'll give you some tips and ideas and things as I'm creating too. All right, so I think all 3 of these are going to go on this card. All right, they go together so quickly. That's what I love about it. 2. You can do all 9 of the cards, just lickety split. We're going to just put these over to the side since we'll create card number 1 real quick. I'm going to go ahead and use my ink spot. Most of the time, I just pull out I would pull out my Poppy Parade ink pad. But I just wanted to show you, careful, I don't want to like cut my finger, but I like to just pop that open well, let me do both sides. Try to get that wasn't very clean cut. Let's see. Give me a second while I try to get it open. It's like really, there we go. I don't think I really got it cut over here very good. And look, I already got dirty. Okay, there we go. Got that ready. Let me pull my stamp set out. And I'm just going to take this and put it over in my box. I'm going to grab my tear and tape. I'm going to show you we're going to do it just like you would and then I've got all my adhesive right up here. So I'll kind of keep all that out of the way. And I've already got a cat hair here. All right. So now we're going to jump back to card number 1 instructions. And you can fold this different ways. If the kit comes with, I just realized this one has like no embellishments in it. So they're going to be pretty even without the embellishments, I think. Okay, so you see what it's supposed to look like this. So I'm just going to set that over to the side. And we're going to get busy. We're going to do our stamping. So let me find that block I had. We're going to do the Happy Valentine. I'm just going to take that off and set that aside too. So we've got Happy Valentine. And then we'll switch out because we're going to use 2 other stamps. Let me see. Okay, I'm going to do that first since I already put it on the block. And it's You're going to turn that up with the little pink at the bottom. Once I get going here, I think it'll go pretty quickly. Okay. Just going to push it to the side, push it back over there. Let me get my chamois. And maybe when I do my alternate, I'll try to use those dies so you can see how awesome they are. Okay, next we're going to use this one, like the canceled postage stamp. We're going to take this and stamp directly on it looks like. Turn your stamp this way. Go right up here and just stamp. Okay. If you were doing all of the cards, I would just recommend doing all the same stamping at the same time. So I'd do all 3 pieces. And then this one with the heart in the middle is next. If you want to season your stamps ahead of time, you could do that. I'm just going with what we got here. And this one's just kind of down in the corner like that. All right, that's all your stamping on this card. I'm going to put things away. Set all that over here. Next, we're going to take this piece, take some tear and tape. So I'll kind of show you. It shows you the lines of tear and tape. I just kind of like to eyeball it. So this would be in place of maybe your liquid glue or your tape runner, depending on what you use. Okay, we'll do that. I'm not going to pull that off yet. I'm just putting the adhesives on the back of what I'm supposed to. Again, I'm just trying to follow the instructions. Now on these, this is where we'll bring in the dimensionals. We'll do one up here. So on here, it shows little hexagons. I think that's what those are. And it shows you exactly where to put them. And like I said, I usually follow the instructions exactly on my first samples because they're always prettier in person than you think they're going to be. Okay, so I've got this one. And then this one is really different. I'm going to use the full, I think this is it. I'm going to fold it. Because this piece is actually larger than that. I'm going to move that out of the way. We're going to put tape like right here and right there. Okay, just set that aside. Okay. So we want to pull this off. We're going to take this. I'm actually going to flip it over. So make sure that your opening is the way you want it. And then that way I can line it up right here. Flip it back over, and then that's your front. So you just have a smaller card front, a bigger card front on like a note card. I think this is 4 1/4. by 5.5. Next, we'll take this. That's the foil, gold foil piece. And it's just going to go right here in the center. And we're going to put this down next. So we've got to pull all our little dimensional backings off. So once I get done with these projects tonight, then I'll have to create, I'm just following what it looks like right there. I'm going to create my alternate project for with what I have left for my Paper Pumpkin Creatives design team project. I usually create a 12 by 12 scrapbook page, just a single page, and using all the pieces. All right, so that's just going to go right about there. And then your sentiment will go right here. So this one is for Valentine's, just like that. All right, so that's card number 1. If you wanted to do some stamping on the inside, you could. Set that aside. Now let's move on to card number 2. See how fast they go together? All right, this is where I want to give you a little tip. So you could use this card front just as it is. It'd have a pattern on the front and the back. But what I prefer to do is cut it in half. And then this gives me more to work with for my alternate projects. I just set that back in my box. And now I have a card front. And you'll just take some basic white cardstock and make a card base. I have some here already, I believe. Yeah. Or you could do a different color if you wanted to. I just chose to do the basic white this time. And here, since this is an extra step in the instructions, so before I put that on there, we'll come back to that in just a second. Let's build this up because we are supposed to now use the airmail, it looks like. And I could probably, you know what I could probably do? You could do this individually, but ooh, I love these are little hearts. I'm going to lay it down like this. It's kind of off center. Let's just do it all at the same time. So sometimes I just like to ink up like this. I think it's better, and then I don't have as much of a chance of getting it on the block if you do it like this. Okay, now it's showing to stamp up in this corner. If you wanted to get it a little bit closer, you could do it individually. I'm fine with the way it looks, I think. And then down here on this end too. Okay. Then let me clean that, put those stamps away. Let's do this one again. So I think I'm setting this to the side now and bringing in this one. And it shows this flower up at the top And then this one, kind of a trio of them right there. We're going to ink up this one and just do it right down here. You see, it's going to overlap that white little flower, maybe just a tiny bit, like that. And then we have the love, sending love stamp, and we need this next. Have a cute little heart there. So I did not think when I joined Stampin' Up back in May of 2024 that I would care for this paper pumpkin subscription at all. They put a free one in my kit at the time. I do understand they're going to stop doing that. But I tried it. I loved it. I subscribed. And then shortly thereafter, Rachel Tessman asked if I wanted to be on the Paper Pumpkin Creatives Design team. And I was like, yes, that would be so awesome. Because I love these kits. I've loved every single one of them. And I really love just getting creative with it. I love the actual cards you can make with it, but my favorite part are the alternates. All right, now we're putting some tear and tape on the back of this piece. Again, you could just use your liquid glue if you wanted to, or tape runner, the seal. So we'll bring this in. We'll just build this up and then we'll add it to our card base. If you wanted to take it up a notch, you could put that down with dimensionals, but we're probably going to use dimensionals on all of this, so that would be a lot. All right, so let's just flip these over. It's showing me exactly where to put the dimensionals. Whoops, I think I only need 2. So I think these are just going to overlay the ones that are shown on here. So we'll start with, I think this is actually I can't tell. I think it's this one right here. Lines up, well, I didn't line it up perfectly, but it lines up there. You are getting such nice clear images with your ink spot. I usually need to switch to a full-size pad because the spot is often blurry. Yeah, it does look good. Yeah, I don't normally use it either. All right, let me see. I think I can't really tell this one. This one's kind of hard to tell. I don't know if they actually match up. Maybe I didn't even put it in the right place. I don't think it matters. I'm just going to put it there. Okay, and then this one, kind of like right there. It's really kind of amazing to me how beautiful they can make these cards, and yet they don't have any embellishments. I'm going to tuck that up under there, bring it down a little bit lower. I think to right there is where it goes. You could add some Wink of Stella, so many things. You could tuck in a little bit of baker's twine or something like that. All right, and then from here, I'm not going to use the tear and tape. I'm just going to use my glue if I can get it going. This one may be almost empty. There we go. So this is how you can stretch your pieces. So you can get more than 9 cards, or you can create a scrapbook page, whatever you want to do. Okay, that was card number 2. And now let's flip it over. I have all my trash up here. Keep it in the same place. This is number 3. That's going to be pretty. That's it. This pink is, yeah, it's way prettier than in the images on the, because I'm pretty sure that's bubble bath. Same thing though. I'm going to cut this in half to extend my card making, or my, because I really love these to add, like use them like photo mats. So, hey Jacqueline, I don't know if I missed you earlier. If you're still here, my fellow 2025 artisan teamie. And this one, let me kind of look. Guess let's get our stamping done. We're going to stamp on this piece. Oh, there's a lot more pieces here than I thought there were. I think we're stamping on that one. I think just those 2. Nope, there must be. Okay, I think we have to take 2 of these images, that one and this one. We're going to put them close together and stamp right over top of them. Trying to kind of look and maybe pull them apart just a little bit. It looks like a solid image, but I don't see, yeah, it's not going to work that way. Now that you look down right here, you can see it's kind of broken up. Okay, so I'm going to line those up close together. And now let's get just for you. Just ink it up really good, especially if you haven't seasoned your stamps. And then this one's just going to go right in the center there. Okay. I always have to remind myself, okay, clean your stamp and put it away, Pamela. Then we're going to use this one again. This one's getting lots of love. Hello, Mary. Hey, Emma. All right, so this one, we're just going to go over the 2 of them. I'm going to go a little bit further to the, over on the right one, I think. All right, so it kind of looks like that. And then this one is the kind of the canceled postage mark, whatever they call it. All right, so we're just about done with our 3 card samples. And now we get to get a little bit creative as soon as we're done with this one. So I'm kind of excited. All right, now this one's just going to go right in the middle there. I love these images. Clean. And so we still have a few stamps that we didn't use. This one, what's it say? You brighten my day. And then that pretty floral we didn't even use. All right, so we'll build this up and then we'll put it also on another card base. So now it's just kind of like a puzzle, I think. And all of these, I'm going to go ahead and lay them out. I'm just going to lay them out, and then we will put dimensionals, I think, on all of them. That goes there and there. I'll have that here. What a cute card. Wouldn't it be fun to be part of the concept artists? This will go here in a minute, and then this will go down here. All right, I'm going to put the cap back on my ink because I don't think I need it anymore or that yet. And then I think all of these are going on with dimensionals. I'm just going to go one at a time. And if you have it kind of laid out, then you kind of know where you need to put it. And I don't think it has to be like completely straight. Or, I mean, yes, you want it straight, but that one's just two. This is just a little bit of time consuming part. It's getting all this put together. So line that up. Okay, then we'll do this one. This one's got lots of dimension in it. I'm just going to do kind of a zigzaggy. I think it actually only showed like to put 3 on there, but I really love this. It's fun. Okay, I think 2 is plenty. 2 on all of it. I'm going to go ahead and do these. Yep, and even the sentiment has dimensionals. So let's just get them all on there. It just has 1 on each side. I think I'm going to put 1 in the middle. All right. Just leave a little space in there. I didn't look to see if these would line up, but yep, I think they will. And it's almost done. Let's see, going this way. Whoopsie daisy. And here we go. Okay, I'm going to clean up some of my mess here real quick. And now this, even this is on dimensionals, so it's going to be extra dimensional. But I think it would probably still go through the mail just fine once it's in an envelope. And if you wanted to do like glue dots instead, sometimes your kits will come with glue dots on a sheet instead of on a roll, which is kind of cool. And then this one is going to go angled like that. I think I'm pretty close. And just need a card base. So I have another basic white card base ready to go. And then I will use my liquid glue just to adhere it. All right. So now I've got to get creative on what are we going to do next? What's our alternate going to be? All right, right, so I did white card base, but if you wanted to do a bubble bath or old olive, you could do that. All right, there's our 3 cards. I think that was card number 1. This was number 2, and that was number 3. So how pretty are those? All right. So next, I'm just going to try to put my instructions back together. And I'm going to grab all the pieces. I don't need this right now. These are all the pieces I have left over. And when I bring in all the pieces, I even bring in the envelopes, because sometimes what I do like to do is, let me find the envelopes real quick. I do like to at least set aside one of each for the cards that I made. But I do like to use these on my alternates as well. So I'll set those aside, the cards that we made. And now it's time to have some fun and bring in other elements. So I grabbed a few that I was thinking of. So of course I've got the dies again that we talked about earlier. That side. Trying to make sure I don't lose anything, so give me a second. Okay, I'm going to bring in first this card making template that you can get for free. Stampin' Up! Will send this to you when you go to blog.stampinup.com, I believe is the address. So it's their blog, and you sign up for their emails. They'll send you this, and it includes, oh my goodness, look at this, all these card templates, and then gives you some samples and ideas to recreate some cards. A lot of these samples, I think, are in the January through April mini catalog. So let me kind of visualize here for a minute. I've got a card base. I don't know if I'll use the white or if I'll bring in something different. I also thought that it would be fun to use one of these because there are bubble bath. So I'm going to set one of these in here. I think these were from our November online exclusives. And then, of course, this might be handy, the perennial postage dies. It coordinates with this one right here. I'm going to guess that it's a different size, so you would have a new size you could add to this. So I have those handy. I'm going over to the side here. I also brought in my Hearts of Love 3D embossing folder. So I'm thinking that would be great to use here. And I brought in some vellum that we can use. All right. And I have this. I don't know if I'll use this. I just got the label punch recently. And some of these airmail might work. The Happy Valentine's might work. I'm not sure. That Just For You might be a little big. So we'll see. I'm not sure about that yet. All right, so I'm pretty sure I'm going to use all of these elements. So I'm going to set those over here. Now let's look through what we have here. I could cut these apart and use bits and pieces of it. I don't know if I want to go all pink. So we're just I'm going to put one over here. And kind of see all the different colors. I'm going to put those aside for right now and think on that one. Well, Jasper decided he had to come and join us. He's got his ear messed up. I guess it's time for he wants some loving, but he's not going to get it right now. Mwah. Come on. but he might jump up here a couple of times. All right, then we have that card base and this one. I'm really kind of liking that. I'm so into the pinks right now. Let's punch out a few of these because those would be pretty. Just lots of pink maybe is what we go with this time. Don't think I'll do that. You could. Here's just a thought too, possibly. Maybe you don't like the gold foil so much. You can always use the back. What if you used that somehow? I don't know yet. Okay, I'm not going to use any more of that. I'm going to set that aside. Could maybe use this for a mat. Not sure. There's actually an extra one of these. If you were to do all 3 cards, you'd have an extra one of each. Then I might could stamp that. What was it again? Sending love. And really kind of, let me pop some of these off. If I use any of these, it will probably be this. And I'm going to pop the beautiful off too, just to see. This is why I don't like these, because like I always tear it. So I'm going to put a magnet sheet on the back of that later, inside there. Okay, so I have that right now. Hello, Jana. And I think that's all I need from that. I'm not sure I'm going to do anything with these. I'm kind of liking this right here, just to kind of keep it simple. Remember, I saved that. Wonder if there's anything like one of these that's a little too bright, I feel like. I do have an idea because I saw someone do this, is use this. I think I'm going to do that. And I'm going to pull one of these out. I just don't know if I want that bold, bright. But you know what? We could use the back of it. Okay, I'm liking this so far. So all of this is going to go back in my box. I'm not sure I really care for this. I don't think I'm going to use it for that. I'm not sure about that yet. I'm just wondering. I would prefer to use like some just basic white cardstock instead of this. I like that size to save later for something. I could even use that on my scrapbook page, put it on the page just like this, and put pictures on each one. All right. And then I got, what was the other images from here? Probably won't use any of those until I use my February kit. I'm not sure that I'm going to need that, but let's see. I love texture. I'm thinking, okay, I think I have an idea. So let's do, you know what? I haven't even looked at my card templates because I'm not sure that I need it, but I'll kind of look and see if I can use one. So I'm going to start with, this is going to be my card base. Then I think I'm going to, so that'll be 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. I'm going to take this and cut it at 4. We're going to soften this up just a little bit, and I'll just do it 1/4 inch smaller. Whoops. I'm going to dry emboss that. Now you could do hearts. I'm going to do the hearts, I think, but another one that would be real pretty is this beautiful pattern background. But I think I'm just going to use the hearts this time. And I need to bring in, see if I'm too close. No, we're good. So just using different elements, a little bit of ink maybe, like barely probably. I might use one of the sentiments. Okay, I'm just gonna put this vellum. I need my base, 1 second. So I need 1 and 4. We'll bring that back over probably here in a minute because I will die cut something. Okay, look how pretty that is. I love the vellum embossed because it gives it kind of a white texture. So now we're doing something like that, I think. I'll just set it here in the middle. Let me decide on this. Don't think I want to do, don't think I'm going to do this. I'm going to set that aside for a minute because I really do want to use that. That might be pretty just in the back there, and then doing that on top. Probably with white. Yep, I could totally see that. A lot of white on white, and then I have an idea for this. And I think I'll use those around to just really give it a pretty, I might just do beautiful. We may not do hardly any stamping. Trying to decide if there's anything on here, how they used those in the samples. I don't know if I could stamp that in red. That'd be really bold, but we'll see. And I might do that in red. Okay, I'm going to do that in white. So let me get a piece of, so I think I'm going to have this sneak just peeking out from behind. All right. I got to get my plates back in the right order to die cut. So 1 second, please. I have another idea. I remembered another product I brought over. I don't know if I shared it with y'all. Yeah, so this is not necessarily Valentine's, but I don't know if y'all have heard me say I'm like totally into pinks and reds this January. The Made with Love Sweet Collection just really got me. All right, let's see what I want to do with this. See, it's kind of big. I mean, it's like this is bigger than that. So let me kind of think through this for a minute. Maybe just bring a little bit on either side. So I'm probably going to cut this. See if I can get this up here so y'all can kind of see it. I think I'm going to cut from there to there. Let's try that first. Yep, I think that's perfect. That'll make that look smaller. And then so we'll go around to this side and cut it like that. Oops, let me line it up and then get my fingers out of the way. And then I'll just save this for something else. I kind of want to lay it all out before so that can be popped up maybe. This can be underneath here, just tucked up under. Something to that effect. We can just have this laying on there with this, and maybe some of these like behind it. What do you think? Just trying to figure out where I kind of want it. I want all three of them. Then this would be really pretty. I mean, I kind of like that, but I think it might be too much because I get rid of one of the flowers. What if we don't do the little one? I'm thinking I'm going to cut this out of, I'm going to cut it out of red, and then we're going to see. What do we say that the red in here is? Let me look at the instructions. They are Poppy Parade. Love me some Poppy Parade. Okay. Now I'm trying to, let's see here. So I've got a full sheet of Poppy Parade. However, let me look at I have my, I don't know if you can see them. I have my totes here for my scraps. And I think I just saw some scraps of Poppy Parade in there. Yes. It's still a pretty big scrap, but it's smaller than a full 8.5 by 11. And I know I have some from all the stuff, but they're in the other room. So I'm going to use what I got right here right now. And I think I'm going to cut it in this color. And what I've been doing recently is if I can't decide visually, like in my mind, what I want to do, then I'll just cut a couple of different colors, and then that way I'll have them, and I can determine. It helps me see it. Like, oh, that I really like that, or no, I didn't really like that, so I'll save it for another project. All right, so let's do the beautiful. I kind of like to go back so I don't mess up my cardstock so much. This is a really pretty. Okay, is there no? Ooh, look, they did the eye in there like that. I think that might be really pretty. But if I choose, wouldn't do white, so I could do, and I'm not crazy about the bubble gum. Just to be perfectly honest, I'm going to look at pretty in pink, see if I have any scraps of that. I have not used that very much. I'm not seeing any in my stash right here, but I have a ton of it. So let's see how that would look. I'm going to try it. So at least I have just two options. I'll usually take an 8.5 by 11 and cut it in half. One can still be a card base, and then the other piece, I could cut it even smaller, but I usually keep it this size. Now I'm going to run it real quick and do a pretty in pink. So I think, was it technically bubble bath, but y'all, I really don't like that color. Now the paper might be okay. I was looking to, I don't really even have any of it, I don't think. But I don't like the ink. I tried to love it while I was, let's see if I can get this. There we go. I tried to love it while I was doing my Made with Love, and I avoided it almost at all costs. I was just like, I just don't really like that color. All right, here we go. All right. I guess it just depends on the look I'm going for. So let's start putting this together. I'm going to do liquid glue. And since most of it's going to be covered up, I'm just going to do it right here in the center. Like, I think this is almost empty. Like right here. I think that'll all be covered up. Now I'm going to put some dimensionals. Let's see if I have any big ones. I don't. Just have a bunch of little ones right now. Oh well. Let's just use these. So I'm not going to put them too far out on the edge. Oh, so don't forget. There, that's why I didn't show it, because it fell. Wouldn't all of that be really pretty? Oh, well, it's too late now. I was going to say I could have stamped on this, like the airmail thing or whatever, but oh well. Too late. Already put these on. Okay, so I think I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put a little glue on. Put glue like right there. My glue doesn't want to cooperate much. Okay, that's the, I'm going to use my grid paper. I think it'll tuck in there just fine if I go ahead and put that down. Yep. Could always flip it over and do white too. That would have been pretty, but I already got a lot of white going on, I think, so. Almost right to the edge there. Okay. Then I'm going to go ahead and put this down. I'm just going to put some, let me look and see. I'm going to just put it all right here, the glue. Now, if I want to go back and add a little bit of dimensionals behind the ones that are laying off the postal part, I can. I think I'm just going to do it like this. So maybe one under here, but sometimes I just like them to kind of flap around and be loose. Okay, I think that's good. And then this one, I want to, I think it was, let me look and see. Is it Lisa? I don't know if I can read it. Or Laura. Laura that posts on the demonstrator pumpkin page. She cut this out. I'm going to cut it right there. So I can use both pieces. Make it dimensional. I love this idea when I saw it in there. So that's where, okay, I guess I could have cut right there. I'll have to piece that back together. So if you copy, start there instead of where I started, I guess. But I was looking to see, yeah. She might have done something a little extra special. I'm trying to look and see. I printed it out just so I would remember to try it. So she's just going around that dark line. Just like that, okay? Now I'll have to piece it together a little bit better. Could probably tighten it up a little bit. So let's do, I guess that's how it went, just like that. Okay, so I'm gonna glue that piece right here, just barely. Get just a little glue right there. Take this and overlap it right there, maybe. Kind of like that, and you won't be able to, maybe you won't be able to tell. Let me let it hold for just a second. I'm just kind of pushing it down a little bit so you can't really tell. And then I'm going to do this. A little bit more glue. I think that's probably together. And then just pull it a little bit. Just enough so it's going to kind of give it some dimension. Just a tiny bit. Just got to hold it in place for a second. Okay, I like that. I'm trying to think how. I think I'll just put a couple of, I'll put a dimensional right there. I don't know if I can make a dimensional fit there. And maybe right there. I think I'll just do those two. I'm just looking, I don't think I have anything else I want to put on here. Let me see how it fits back in here. Right there, I think. So we'll put it right, put it down a little bit. Something like that. And then I'll just put two. Let me see before I put it in here. I think it kind of goes like right here. Yeah. That piece right there is not going to hold, I don't think. Let me see. I might have to do a glue dot. I'm going to do 2 dimensionals to pop it up a little bit higher. So just stack them like that. And then kind of line it up like that. You can just kind of see the dimension. I don't know if that's really exactly how she did it. Kind of looks like that's what she did. Okay, I think that's going to work. And what do we have left? Let me pull these, see which flowers work best to kind of tuck up under here. I think I like that. I'm going to do one close. I'm going to do 2 right like here, I think. Okay. I think I've decided against that because I'm thinking I want to do, let me see how this is going to work. I don't know if I can get it over the top. But I still haven't decided. Do I want to do red or The pink might be prettier. Y'all tell me what you think. Probably the pink. And then do I just want to do, I think I want the bigger flower to take up a little bit more. And this one, I'm going to, let me see. I'm just going to put one. It's really all I think it needs. I'm going to do it right there. I'm going to do the pink. So this was baby pink. I think I'll just push it down enough that I got to get all these little pieces out of here. Because I'm going to, I think, put some of this. I think. If I do, I'm going to do 2 strands. Okay, just FYI, I did not follow the, I might could pick one out and say, oh, it looks like that. Yeah, look, it looks like this, doesn't it? That's the one I did. All right, I think I'm going to tuck this up under somewhere. This would be like a really pretty, maybe a bridesmaid card, or you could add birthday, beautiful you, whatever. Okay, I'll figure out a place to put this in a minute. I think I'm just going to have to kind of layer it on here, and it's going to be kind of going up and down. So I think I'm just going to, this would probably have been good to use your adhesive sheets with. I really don't like those either. If I'm being perfectly honest, I'm just going to try to add a little bit of glue in a couple of places. I think that'll work. Okay. And I think I'm gonna make that go under. Beautiful. I was just looking at to see if there was something you could add to it. Beautiful you. You could do just the you right down here. You brighten my day, but I think I'll leave it just like that. You could do the just for you inside. And I'm wondering if that would work better up here. A little bit different. I don't know. It looks kind of like it makes it upside down. But then if I do it over here, it's going to cover up that. Maybe just off to the side here. I think that's what I'm going to do. It just brings a little more red in. Anybody know what kind of embellishments I could do? Let's see if I can tuck it up under there. So just kind of be like that. You could trim these off just a smidge, maybe. Separate them out. I can see that. Let me see if I can. I don't even know if I know where it's at. 1 second. Oh. clearing everything so I don't make a mess. See if I can tap any of this out or not without making a. Yeah, some's coming out, I think. A second. I always hate squeezing it because too much comes out and then I waste it. See if I got any tips. Okay, let me see. I see a little bit, but not as much as I want. Okay, I'm seeing it now. I think it mainly went over there. There's a little bit there. And give me 1 second. I'm going to look at some embellishments, see what I have. Just clear sparkles might be the best. I've got some pearl. No. I'm just looking through all the ones that I have. 1 second. I'm almost done. There are little gold specks in here, so maybe I'll just do that. See what we got. Whoops, I got them like falling all over the place. I don't think there's any. I'm going to do the clear with the gold specks. They're all kind of stuck together. Let's see. I'm going to leave it like that. All right, that's our alternate card. I need a card base. I'm just going to do white. I'm going to do a white card base because I have it handy. I guess it works. All right, and then I have lots and lots of pieces left over. All right, let's see if you can. There's a little bit of the Wink of Stella on there. All right, let me grab my other cards and show you all the ones we made tonight. We made our samples. Kind of think it was in this order. I'll just put these like this, I guess. See if you can see them all. And then our alternate project. All right, so thanks for joining me tonight. I really appreciate it. Hope you got a new idea of how you could use your paper pumpkin. You can do it traditional, just follow the instructions, make all 9 cards. Most of the time there are 9 included. Not all the time, but usually around Christmas time we'll get tags or some other kind of cool element. One year it was stockings, year before last it was the stockings, and then the boxes, we did boxes this time. So usually October, November, and then the rest of them are usually cards. So they might surprise us. I have no idea. So, all right. Thanks for joining me, everyone. Hope you enjoyed this session of Make It Monday, creating with the January paper pumpkin. I'll be creating another alternate for my paper pumpkin creatives design team And like I said, usually I'll do a scrapbook page, so I have lots of elements still left over from my kit to do that. And then what else was I going to tell y'all? Don't know. My mind just kind of went blank. But thanks again for joining me. Be sure to check out my Linktree. You can subscribe to Paper Pumpkin through me. And when you do that, you'll get the PDF for 12 to 14 alternate projects each month using that month's kit. So this one will go out to my subscribers on February 1st. So if you haven't joined yet, your first one will be March 1st. And there is a wonderful array of talented artisans that do that, or artists. They're not all artisans, some of us are in that design team. And you can also find a link to past PDFs. So if you've been a Paper Pumpkin subscriber for a while and you're needing some fresh new ideas to use up your kits, you can purchase the past PDFs for $15 each or get it free as a subscriber of mine. All right, thanks everyone and have a great week. It's hard to believe it's Monday. We're in a time warp because of our weather. And yeah, it was hard to get started on the new week today. And then be sure to join me next month. It'll be the fourth Monday. Let me see if I can get you a date real quick. It may be the 26th again because the way the month works. Let's see. February 23rd. Okay, so it'll be Monday, February 23rd is when I'll go live again with my February Paper Pumpkin suite or Paper Pumpkin kit. All right, take care, everyone. God bless you all. Have a great evening. Bye-bye.